What's up, y'all? This is Noah Fant, and this is the Second Win Podcast.
Before we get into this episode, want to give a big shout out to anybody that shows us love, anybody that reposts, anybody that tells their friends, tells anyone about us. Without you guys, we won't be able to do what we do here. We want to continue to bring you guys amazing guests with amazing stories that hopefully help you guys catch your second wind as well. So with that being said, enjoy the show.
McCaffrey with the try.
Boom! More rushing yards, man. I told y'all. I knew it.
Bro, I thought you were done watching football. Don't tell me you had an entry on this game.
Yep, and I told you, using them other apps. I'm on Prize Picks now, boy.
Bro.
Prize Picks is the most fun I've ever had. I'm already up 25 times my money, and you know I be throwing a little bag. This is how it works. You just choose two players, more or less on their stats, place your entry, boom, make money. Simple as that.
With all that winning you're doing, is it hard to deposit your money, especially with all these other apps going around?
Bro, it's the easiest thing ever now with Apple Pay. Quick, easy deposits this football season. Come check this out, bro.
Nope, ain't no way, bro. No way.
Bro, check this out. I had Christian McCaffrey and I had Jettas on the Moore. He just hit, bruh. Quick $1,000. Dinner on me tonight. Dinner on me.
Big time.
You got the tip, though. I ain't gonna cap.
Okay, bro, you convinced me, bro. Prize Picks it is. How do I sign up?
Go to prizepicks.com/Mercury and use code Mercury to get a first deposit match on $100. Again, go to prizepicks.com/Mercury and use code Mercury to get a first deposit match up to $100. And you never know what you could turn that $100 into. Someone like me might turn it into $1 million.
Yes, sir. You see what's going on. Got that Hello Fresh right to the front door. #1 meal kit in America. I didn't have to sit in line for an hour and a half at the grocery store. Didn't have to spend $90 on a $10 burger on Uber Eats. You know how they charge for all the delivery fees and everything. And it's cheaper than groceries because me and Jarvis got y'all a discount. Second Win 50. Go to HelloFresh.com/SecondWin50 and get a discount. And I'm going to even show y'all how to make it later on tonight. Y'all going to see me chef it up a little bit. You know that song Adele got where she's like, hello? She just forgot to add the fresh to the end. So I'm going to show y'all how to really cook. Man, chef into that. Hello Fresh. I told y'all I'd be back, man. Got the HelloFresh cheeseburger wraps. 20 minutes to make. Easy instructions, and I can't even make toast, so that's how you know it's easy. Go to HelloFresh.com/SecondWin to get 50% off. Again, it's HelloFresh.com/SecondWin and get 50% off. We got the HelloFresh lettuce wraps.
Second Win family, what is up? Welcome to another episode of the Second Win Podcast. Back with the one and only J Mills and of course Geo.
Gang.
I can't really dab him up.
Hey, we got the camera in the way, so we can't dab, but we ain't looking weird.
But thank you for tuning in to another episode, and today we have the honor of doing one of the most talented tight ends in the league right now. I think is going to progress and be one of the top names in the game of football at his position, and that is starting tight end for the Seattle Seahawks, Noah Fant. Thank you for coming on the show today, brother.
No problem.
It means
a
lot, man.
Nah, it really does mean a lot because I was doing my research and there's not a lot of Noah Fant interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of to yourself, and especially, you know, with the game right around the corner, it really means a lot. You know, it shows that you got some love for the Second Win family.
Yes,
so,
sir. We appreciate that,
We
man.
appreciate that. Omaha, Nebraska, right? Like Midwest dude through and through, like grew up, born and raised there, and then college in the Midwest as well. For me, someone who's never been there, it seems like, you know, I hear like, oh, it's just farmland and just
Foreign,
like
you know what I'm
y'all
saying?
just
Country.
chasing chickens, y'all be doing farm work, and that's how y'all so damn big, strong, and fast.
Yeah.
But what is it actually like growing up there? Like, what is the environment? What do you guys do?
Yeah. So Omaha is actually a decent sized city.
Yeah.
I always get that all the time from like other guys, like, what's in Omaha? Like Nebraska's corn and all that stuff, cows and all that. But it's a good little sized city, and but yeah, I like growing up there. It was good living. It was and it was fun. All my family's there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it a lot.
So y'all ain't chasing no chickens.
No, I wasn't chasing no chickens. I grew up like in the city, so it's like the
okay.
city side of it. Yeah,
So that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, there's like an actual city there.
See,
so
I
it's
wouldn't know that.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
And growing up there, when did you realize, like, you know, you were that dynamic athlete that I could take my athleticism to a place like, oh shit, like I'm good at this?
Yeah, dude. I mean, what's crazy is that there's some good athletes that come out of Nebraska. I knew I was kind of at the top of that, and felt good about that. But I really started to get a wind of like, dang, like I can really compete when my dad would take me to like camps across the country and different college camps and stuff. And that's when I really started to realize like, dang, like I could actually do this if I wanted to. So yeah, shout out to the Nebraska
Yes, sir.
players.
Shout out
coming
Nebraska.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, you about to say
No, I
something?
was just gonna say, like, can you pinpoint a specific time where you were like, okay, I'm good enough to play at the next level? Like, was there a specific play
Right.
or anything like that where you're like, oh damn, like this person's pretty good and I just did this? I
Yeah.
can play Division One.
I mean, I would say going into my junior year, it wasn't a specific play. Like, I wouldn't say I was a late bloomer. I just kind of just like steadily kept getting better.
Yeah.
And when I was a junior, my film started kind of picking up a little bit of pace, and then I like got like 4 offers from like Power 5 schools like Nebraska and Iowa, and like it was like 4 Power 5 schools in like 24 hours. I was like,
Damn.
oh damn, like
Yeah, that's
I
how
was
it
like,
be.
okay,
Yeah.
Damn, I'm
it
actually
goes
pretty
like
good.
that. Like
Yep.
once one offers, like the rival offer and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, man, that's when I realized, like, dang, like I got the opportunity now. Like I could really do it. Like they showed belief in me. And then once I got to talk to the coaches and stuff and their plan, that's kind of jumping the gun. But like talking to the coaches at Iowa, it was easy for me to pick to go there. It was like there was a plan in place for me to play tight end, and they saw this idea of what I could become, and I was like, let's do it.
Right.
So,
And you going to Iowa, right? Actually, it's funny. Before I even asked that question, I saw before because I was doing my research, man. You were also a D end. Well, before you even going to tight end, I saw one of your rivals' videos.
Yep.
You made that transition from D end to tight end. So for you picking Iowa, was that the determining factor? Like playing tight end at Iowa, knowing the rich tradition there?
yeah, for sure. I mean, some schools wanted me just at D end. Some schools wanted me just at tight end. I went to Iowa and met with them, and they were willing to let me play either. Let me play either as an athlete. And I was like, I had a long conversation with my dad and my brothers, like, which one do I like better? Do I like the defensive side, the offensive side?
Right.
And it came down to I like scoring touchdowns.
Gotta
So
score
that's-
touchdowns. I like being in the
that's the
paper,
big thing.
man.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I went with. And then once I made that decision, having a conversation with Coach Ferentz and at the time that our tight ends coach was Coach LeVar Woods, it was like they had like a mapped out plan for me. It was like, we really think that you could do this. We think you got the athletic ability to make it to the next level. You put in the work. We think we can get you there. So it was like, all right. It was like clean. It was like clean decision at that point. It was like, let's go.
And if I'm you, a place like that, like I've seen the blueprint
Right.
of what you've done before. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I might as well just keep
Right.
adding to it and go as well.
Right, exactly. It's not like they were just like blowing smoke. It's like they had a long list of tight ends that had already done it.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, like I think I can make
I
that
can
happen
make that
too.
list. Yeah, for sure.
No, facts. When you go to a school like Iowa, right, that's not really known for like a crazy air raid attack or like putting up 1 million points like that, but like okay, I have first round talent, but I might not get 1 million targets a game. How do you kind of like gauge that? Like, how do you kind of like think of that, a situation like that going in? Obviously, you were an anomaly because
Right.
you touched the paint a lot. Like, you scored touchdowns when you
Facts.
were there, but when you're going there, it's like, okay, they don't really put up X amount of points a game.
Right.
So what was your mindset going into that?
Yeah, I mean, their big selling point is like a pro style offense, which is like truly how they run it. So I knew that going into it is what they sold also is like, you're going to have to be able to run block a little bit if you want to get into the league. So it's like one of those things I was like, okay, like I believe in this system. I believe in starting with the run game, getting to the play action, get me down the field. So that was an easy decision for me to make, honestly.
I mean, you guys aren't really like an air raid team, but you know how to develop tight ends. Like, you guys are tight end
Absolutely.
you.
The
Like,
tight ends
end
always
you.
eat.
yeah, like you
No,
guys always
both of
eat.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
So like when like you think of George Kittle, like Hawk, Laporta, who just just got drafted, and
Laporta,
is playing well.
Yeah.
All those guys, even Dallas Clark back in the day, right?
Right.
How do you guys like? What's different about Iowa that you guys develop your tight ends so well?
Facts.
Because regardless of any position that Iowa has, any recruiting year, their tight end is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, that's a really good question because I think it's attributed to the system.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that when guys go there, they know that they're gonna have to be able to do everything. Once you get to that point and you're mastering, I can block, I can catch, I can run routes well, all these things that once you get to the league, it just carries right over.
Yeah.
You're doing all those same things. So I think that's kind of what gets these guys going. And I think our offense as a whole, there's always a featured tight end. It's
Yeah.
always like sometimes the tight ends get the ball more than the receivers do. In Iowa's
Facts,
offense,
yeah.
it's like it makes it very advantageous for any recruit to want to go there because they know that they're gonna be able to get the ball and learn how to be a proficient tight end. So
Yeah, and nowadays, like the tight ends, there's a lot that you can flex out at number one and like do all these other things. But it seems like the guys that come from like Iowa are like your prototypical, like they'll put you in the dirt,
Right.
but they'll also run a great route. Like, is that something that's like super taught? Like all the different dynamics of being tight end, is that taught there?
Yeah, I think so. I think like I mean at Iowa, you're not touching the field if you're not gonna put your nose in the
we're gonna
in
block.
the scrum a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
you're gonna
no
have
facts.
to block. And that was an adjustment for me coming in. It was just like in high school, like you said, I was catching passes, catching touchdowns, all that stuff. I wasn't really doing all that to that extent, but I learned how to do it and got out there and like was able to get it done. I think like compared to some of the other tight ends that have come out, I'm a little more receiver-ish than some of them, but was able to find my niche in the run game and make it happen. So
No facts.
yeah.
Are you gonna ask a question or you want me to smack you on the camera?
Oh, I was just waiting for you.
Nah, because me and him is having this
God damn it.
conversation.
Jesus
Like, I'm gonna
Christ.
ask
Like,
a question.
shut
Are you,
the fuck
are
up.
you
Nah,
listening?
sorry.
Like you spectating? Nah, but another question that I had was with a guy like George Kittle.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Where he's easily at your disposal, right? And he's a top 3 tight end in the league,
For
right?
sure.
What type of things can you take away from his game when you watch him, and like what kind of conversations do you guys have about the game?
Yeah, I think what's really cool about George is that he's used like a lot differently than what he was in college, where he's at now in the 49ers. I think they've opened him up a little bit to like be able to run receiver routes, and he moves all around the field and all those things. So it's like sometimes he's not even lined up as a tight end. He'll be lined up as a fullback or a slot receiver or whatever it may be. And he's really taken that and ran with it. And I think that's really cool. And like obviously as a rookie coming in, he helped me out and would text me and little snippets of like what to work on or what to focus on, like block all this other stuff out. And that's like super helpful. And especially having him my freshman year in college was a huge help also. Him just kind of showing me the ropes before he left, and me and TJ kind of took over that role. So, and
that's what I was going to ask you too. Who are some other tight ends where you look at and you take traits from them you want to add to your game?
Man, I mean, I grew up in the era of watching. It was at the peak of Rob Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham. Like it was like the peak of their seasons that they were really doing, like going back and forth. It was like who's the best? Who's the best? So, I like both. I watch both of their games all the time, and wanted to try to emulate as much as possible of either of them. And I think those are the guys that I look to the most, honestly.
So George was a senior when you were a freshman?
Yeah.
So what, being around him every day, right? Because I just know how that is. Like, bro, he's the top of the top at his position. Like, and he's, you know, you get to see that every day. What are some things that you got to take from him while being there as a freshman?
I think honestly, it was just his love for the game. That that dude truly loves football. No matter what it is, like he loves football every day, and he always puts his best foot forward every day. So that's what really got me on the right track. And coming into college is like every day coming with it in with focus, coming in with just happy to be there and enjoying like playing the game. And that's one of the biggest things I learned from him. And then obviously I've taken a bunch of stuff from him once he got into the league. It's like he does everything really well. So
very
it's
well,
like very well. So that's been a super cool experience for me.
No, that's dope. That's dope. You got to learn from him.
Like the passion is almost contagious.
When you say that, and now it resonates because I always see him smiling.
Yeah, like
always
when you
see him
hear
having fun.
sound bites on like the NFL when they posted or when the Niners posted or whatever, it's always like he's always the happiest guy.
He's blocking and laughing.
He might stiff arm you into the ground, but he's always like, it's just the energy,
he
bro.
Just
it's
loves
contagious.
it, man, and that's he's been that way ever since I've known him. So that's something that's super admirable. So.
Oh, that's facts. That's fire. So you get drafted, which is amazing. For you got drafted first round to the Broncos. We're there for 3 seasons, and I think playing tight end, it matters. You know, your progression and who you are as a player, it matters on who's giving you the ball, who's getting the ball to you. So throughout your career, you had different faces at quarterback. You know, Drew Lock, start out with Joe Flacco, Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater. But now I feel like you're in more of a stable environment with a quarterback is going to be there day in and day out.
Right.
How much more comfortable does that make you feel? Just from a chemistry level at the tight end position, knowing that, I know who my quarterback is.
Right. Man, that's a touchy subject because it's like I love like you said, I have stability with Geno now being in Seattle and all those things. I love playing with Drew also.
No, for sure.
But dude, like a lot of people don't realize I've gone through like 6 or 7 quarterbacks in 5. This is going into my 5th season.
Damn.
3 different offenses. So it's like that's not an advantageous position for a young tight end to have to deal with.
Yeah.
So being in a situation now where it's like, and not putting any blame on why that was the case, but
Facts.
being in a situation now where it's like stability is like, all right, we got our quarterback. This is my 2nd season now, and this offense, all those things is something that's that I haven't had before. So that's something that I can appreciate. So hopefully, after going into this season and see where free agency goes after that, is like being able to stay in a situation like that where it's like stability and having a set philosophy and all those things in an offense. So
because I didn't play offense, so it's like it's more than just going out there running around catching a ball. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, how important is that chemistry with your quarterback?
It's super important, not only with the quarterback, but it's like, obviously, you want to be where your quarterback wants you.
Right.
He likes things run a certain way. He's got to feel about like your speed, the way where you catch balls the best, all these things. And then also it's like knowing the ins and out of your offense, like what your offensive coordinator likes, how he wants you to run certain routes, things like this. So it's a lot of things that go into it.
So many things.
Stability is great for for anybody, for a tight end, receiver, quarterback, whatever it may be. So a lot of the time situation matters, and situational fit, but consistency matters also. So.
But you were still able, like I said, your last 2 seasons there, you had over 650 yards your last 2 seasons there. So it's like you were still balling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You were still, but I just feel like knowing what I'm going to get day in and day out, like I said, building that chemistry, I feel like that matters.
No, 100%, 100%. I always like would make the joke, like, talking around and stuff, is like it doesn't matter the QB. I'm gonna make it work.
I'm gonna make it work.
I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done that to this point, and it's just the matter of keeping it going, keeping getting better, and all of that. So, yeah,
no doubt.
No, continuing to work for sure. When you look at a team like the Seattle Seahawks, right, and they've had so much success at the quarterback position, but like Geno didn't have success before. His situation was kind of like messed up until he has stability here, and then you see him get here and he's playing really well, and then Russell leaves and it doesn't look the same as it looked in Seattle. What is it about like Seattle that makes the quarterbacks play so well? Is it like the system? Is it the players? Is it Pete Carroll? Or is it just like is it everything combined?
I think it's all combined. I think it's always the saying, like, right, the grass is it's not always greener on the other side. It's like, I think sometimes people think that it might be better over here than what it was.
Right.
And I think that it's just an advantageous place for Seattle. I think Geno, it's a super cool story for Geno, right? Because like you said, he had some turbulence in the early parts of his career, gets to Seattle, is backing up Russ, and then he gets his shot. And it's like he took all that knowledge, all those hard days, all those learning experiences and growing pains, and puts it into a season. And it's like, man, like he's a dog.
He looks
like,
serious.
He looks good. Like he looks good, and he's keeping that up. So that's one of the greater stories that you'll hear about that. It's just like, I think everything combined with Coach Carroll, I think, like I said, the consistency with the offense is all something that played a part into that. And obviously Geno at the wheel is like, you got to give him the most credit, because he was able to block all that other stuff out from early on his career and go ball. Right. He ain't right back. He ain't right back. Exactly.
He ain't right back on their ass.
Exactly.
And just piggybacking off of what you said about Geno, like, talk about what it's like being around him and learning from him. Like, he's actually catching his second win right now. You know what I'm saying? Everything he's been in his career. And I'm so happy for him, because that dude's a baller.
Yeah.
But
we get him on the show.
Yeah, he's a baller, bro. Like, being around him, what are some things that you've been able to take away and learn from him? And just, you see what makes him great?
Dude, I think the greatest attribute about Geno is his leadership ability. I think that, obviously, right, he throws a great ball. He does all of that stuff right. But I think the greatest attribute about him is, like, his leadership ability. Is like, even when I was coming in, like, with me, I saw him do it with Jax Smith and Jigba this last week. It's just like, he could tell he has a knack for telling when guys are frustrated or struggling or whatever it may be, and he goes and like, hey, like, we're gonna get this. I want you to do it this way. I'm gonna hit you. whatever it may be, he just has a great way of leading in that aspect to like keep the team together, keep guys together, and bring guys along with and to get to those spots where it's he wants you at or he feels comfortable throwing this ball and all those things. He's a great communicator, and that's what the best thing I've noticed about him.
It's actually funny you said that because I saw a video. I want to say maybe it was like last week where he was talking to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he was like, "It's my job to get you the ball. Don't worry about that play."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Damn."
It's a leader of
yeah,
men.
leader.
Bro.
He's like,
For
he's
sure.
like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. It's my job to get you the ball." He's like, "I need
100%.
you the second half."
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, "I was like, damn, make me want to get out there."
Yeah, you
that's
hear that from your
important.
starting quarterback, you're like, man, like I can fight for a guy like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's and nobody will ever doubt that. He's always got the best interest of everyone on our team. And
Absolutely.
that's like you don't always get that. And so that's something that's super cool about
Being
him.
a leader of men.
Yeah.
Like you said.
No,
Yeah.
facts. You guys at Seattle don't really run like a traditional, like just one tight end, right? Like it's almost like tight end by committee, right? It's
Yeah.
like Will Dissly, Colby Parkinson. How important is it for you to like capitalize on the opportunities that you get, you know, when you get the chance to make the plays?
Man, it's a huge thing for me. Because I still view myself as a top echelon tight end in the
Hell
league.
yeah.
So it's like
for sure.
Yes, sir.
I gotta take advantage of every single, and it puts more pressure on it, right? But I gotta take advantage of every single opportunity I have
Yeah.
to keep my production
Right.
in the same playing field as some of these other guys that are not having to go by committee, right?
Yeah,
that are just
for
getting
sure.
all of the tight end targets. So that's put a little bit of extra, like it's really kind of boosting my confidence in myself a little bit, because it's like, dog, if I can do this with
This much
with
opportunity.
with this much opportunity,
Right.
dog, if I get into a situation where it's like, hey, you're the guy, let's go eat. Not saying that I don't like the situation I'm in, but like
for sure.
if I get in a situation like some of these other guys have, man, watch out.
Watch out.
I feel that very deeply, because I've looked at that, and it's but to answer your question, by committee, it's been a good experience, honestly.
yeah.
I've gotten to learn a lot. Being in 13 personnel is always fun, always a good thing. And I play with two guys in Will and Colby that I have a lot of respect for. I think they're great players. And we always like bouncing ideas off of each other and trying to get better. And it's like and we said this early on, right at the start of the season. It's like we should be the best tight end room in the league.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All around, like we should be the best tight end room. That goes with production, that goes with blocking, that goes with everything. Like the most well-rounded, best tight end room in the league. So that's always the goal, and that's always the where we're going. So
Hell yeah.
Y'all push each other like a lot, like
I think so. It always comes down to competition, right?
always
Because
that's
you're
what it's all
always gonna
about.
be
That's
like,
the
man,
game.
come on, get me out there,
It's gonna
whatever
get
it
you
may
better.
be, right? So it always pushes you to keep getting better each day, and to have that fire and like keep pushing. So
yeah.
that's been one of the benefits of it, right? It keeps me hungry and like just almost like
Not
like,
complacent. Yeah.
not complacent at all. Every day, it's like I always got that hunger in my gut.
Yeah.
And that's been something that's been different, but been good for me for sure.
That's
And
dope.
then go.
There is no way this works that well.
Why are you so happy, bro?
What you mean? I can't be happy?
Nah, you can be happy. You just a little extra today, though.
I'm not being extra. I just got this new thing today that made my balls feel mad smooth. Here, feel this.
Damn, that's smooth. It's really like this? That's what it does?
That's that Manscaped, bro. For real, it's super legit. And last time I didn't use this fool, bro, I messed my stuff all the way up, cut myself up. It was really bad. Manscaped, bro, it's the real deal.
Don't tell me that's that Lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah, bro, that's that advanced skin-safe technology that reduces nicks and cuts. They also got ball deodorant and you'll like this one, crop spray toner.
Well, bro, where can I get me some? Because I know you got that discount code.
Come
You got
on,
the
bro.
discount
You
code
already know
for
I got
everything.
you.
And
Fall's right around the corner, so you know we need fresh balls. Get 20% off and free shipping using code adversity at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping using code adversity at manscaped.com. As the leaves fall, make sure you have it all with Manscaped.
I hope you don't know I'm about to use his Manscaped.
Going into your contract year, I'm curious, how do you detach from like those thoughts and feelings and emotions about that and just focus on ball.
That's tough. That's
You know
a
what I
tough
mean?
thing. That's a very tough thing. It's just like at the end of the day, winning is the most important thing,
Absolutely.
right? We want to win games. I'll always feel like
Yeah,
we're gonna win more games if I've got the rock in my hand.
absolutely.
Winning is the most important thing. There's gonna be games that you don't get as many touches. There are gonna be games you get a lot of touches. So my biggest thing is like, right, like excluding all like the thoughts on free agency and all that. Take advantage of when those opportunities come.
Absolutely.
And make big plays when they do. And it's like I started off my season saying that also as like make as many catch as many balls, make as many blocks, and break as many tackles as I can. If I do that and I'm doing that on a consistent basis, we're gonna be set up straight once free agency comes around. So
Controlling what you can control.
Exactly.
That's all you
take care
can
of
do.
itself.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, you were saying like scheme and system and stuff like that. If you look at all the top tight ends, right, the guys that they talk about the most, right, I think scheme matters, right? So you got the Kelsey and Mahomes, the Goddards and Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, right? How excited are you to be with a guy like Geno, where like he could take your game and you put your name and cement your name as like, yo, when you talk about top tight ends in the league, because you have the talent to do so. It's not a talent thing, right? How excited are you to finally, I feel like, be in that situation where you can do that?
That's a super good question actually, because like I'm super excited, and the crazy thing is that I've had those conversations with Geno. Is like he sees that for me also, right?
Yeah.
He sees those things. That's like, and touching back to what I said, that's what makes it easy to fight for him, right? Like he sees a vision for me, kind of like how Iowa saw a vision for me.
Yep.
It's like, man, I want to be that. I want to be that so bad, but it's like, at the end of the day, if we're winning, we're good. I'm going to develop that with Geno over time, right? Like that consistency comes back into play with that. We're going to develop that. But let's win games and let's get, this shit popping on the field, and we're going to figure that out as time goes.
As time goes on.
So, yeah.
But definitely, it's actually crazy, but how much scheme and like how they set things up for people like that matters.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It matters so much.
It matters because you were just like, don't let me be in the right.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's facts.
Yeah.
That's the NFL though. Like a lot of it is situation. A lot of it is scheme. Like we were talking about before this. Like if you're this player on this team that doesn't run what you're good at, then it's like it might mess you up a little bit. And even going into scheme, like your offense is crazy. Like you, Geno, DK, Jackson, and then you got Tyler Lockett. Like y'all are putting up points. What is it that's different about this offense that allows you guys to execute so well? Because I don't think people realize how hard it is to put up 37 points. Like how meticulous you have to be, how on point, how sharp you guys got to be as an offense. Like what is it about this offense?
I think it's just hard to guard everybody. I think that's the biggest thing. I think all of us, I talked to Tyler about this. I think all of us understand, right? It's going to be hard to feed everybody every game, right?
Yeah.
You don't have enough footballs to go around. So it's like, you just got to make sure you're taking advantage of when you get your opportunities. And we all know that eventually it's going to come our way eventually, right? But we're putting points up on the board and we're winning games and we're doing all these things the right way and we're competing at a high level. All the rest is going to take care of itself. Yeah. And I'll die on this hill, but it's like, it's going to be hard to go in the league and find as many weapons as we have on offense on one team.
Right.
Facts.
Like it's like we have a lot of high quality players on our team, and it's a blessing and a curse, right? For our offensive coordinator, especially because it's like, man, like I want to get Jax the ball, I want to get DK the ball. It's only one ball to go around, and then we got K9 and Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. It's like we can't forget about the run game either. So it's like it's a lot to think about. So it's one of those things that you got to wait for the ball to come your way and take advantage of when you get it.
Yeah,
so.
I think a lot of like from the outside looking in, obviously I'm not in the locker room, but a lot of like the players on your offense just they get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about them, it's about the team. Like they're very unselfish. That's what it seems like. It seems like all you guys are like very pro.
Right.
Is that how it is in the locker room?
I definitely say so. I think that the way Pete runs our program, it'll kind of like negates all of that anyway. It's like we're all about winning, all about competing, all about putting your best foot forward every day. And you do that, when those opportunities come, you're going to take advantage of those by having that mindset. So I think that all of our guys on our offense, especially our offensive side, know that, hey, like like I was saying, like it might not come your way all the time, but we're gonna do this thing together, and we're gonna ball together and win games. So I think that's the most important thing.
And day in and day out, right? You were talking about all those guys on offense and how talented you guys are. What's like the standard that you guys talk about all the time in that offensive staff meeting, or in the offensive room, like all that talent? Like, what's the standard that you guys hold yourselves to? Because you guys are super talented, like you said.
Yeah.
But like you said, putting up 37 points or 2 weeks in a row, like that's hard to do.
Right.
So you guys are operating at a high frequency. Like, what's your standard and like mentality in that room?
I think what keeps that is like, even when you have those 37-point games or 40-point, whatever it may be, is like still identifying your mistakes. It's like, dang, we could have hung 48 instead of 37. It's like identifying those mistakes and saying, hey, we're still going to get better. Like, we can't be complacent with this. We could have done X, Y, and Z better to put us score even more points. So I think that's what keeps us going. I think that's what keeps everybody hungry to keep going and keep getting better.
Sharpening the knife.
Having
a coach like Pete Carroll, right? He has such a great reputation for being like a player's coach, right? But you guys obviously see him on a different level than everyone else.
Right.
Talk about his like leadership as a head coach.
I've never experienced anything like it. I think he's I think Pete's what? He just turned 72.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Full of life. Yeah.
Full of life.
70.
Yeah, I'm almost positive he just turned 72.
He don't even look it.
That's crazy.
I've never met someone with more energy every day. I've never seen him on like have an off day. He always brings the energy every day, and I got a lot of respect for him because, like you said, it is about the players. It's like every time like these last 2 seasons we started, it's like I bring in the philosophy of like how I see fit, right? Like what I see this could be, and you guys make it what it's gonna be, right? You guys take this and run with it, and take this and make this a Super Bowl run or make this a playoff run, whatever it may be. The players, you guys are responsible to take this and really make it your own. And not all coaches are like that.
Yeah.
Some coaches are like, no, I want it this way.
My way or the highway.
And he's like very like adaptable and like makes sure that he brings guys along and all of those things. So
dope.
I haven't experienced anything like that, but it's like you can tell like when guys leave and come back, it's like, man, there's no place like Seattle. There's no place like that.
They talk highly about him.
100%. You'll be hard pressed to find a guy that leaves Seattle and comes back and is like, nah, this wasn't it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be hard to find a guy like that.
But those are the type of coaches you want to play for.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like we've had some players on here and they talked about, some of their situations where, some days going into work, it was miserable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then, they're on a new team and now they may like their situation.
Right.
So I feel like in situations like that, like you guys love going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun every day to go into work, and the coaches are bringing that energy. You have that energy with your teammates, right? And like it makes the days go by quick, which is crazy to think about. Is like obviously you get in treatment at 6:45 and you'll be there till after practice till 5:30. And it's like that. It goes like that. You look up and you're like, dang, like we're on the last period of practice.
Yeah.
And you just been going at it all day and just having fun with your boys and getting better.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to think about that. The days go by so quick, and then you look up and it's like tomorrow. It'll be like, dang, we're playing Monday Night Football. It's already here. It's already here. So it's a cool experience.
No,
You personally, what is your why? Like, what drives you to be the best player that you can be, that Noah can be? Like day in and day out through the offseason when you're getting ready for the next season, right? And that last season is past. What is your why?
I think, that's a good question. I think that it's always been self-driven within to be the best version of myself. That's what drives me to every day is like, okay, I'm deciding to play football. It's a great living. It's great pay, like all that great stuff. But this is something I love to do. How good can I be at it? And that's what drives me to be better is like, just how good can Noah Fant be? No, forget all the exterior, right? And forget all the who I'm going against and all that stuff. How good can I get at this to try to make it to the Hall of Fame, to try to win a Super Bowl, to try to whatever the goals are, is like, how good can I make myself? And it's all self-driven from within. And I think that's kind of my why is like, how far can I push myself? How great can I be? And what keeps pushing me.
And when you have those thoughts, right? How frustrating can it be sometimes? Because at the end of the day, bro, football is a team sport. It's
Yep.
not boxing. It's not tennis.
Right.
So like those people can put in the work and work hard throughout the season, off season, and like they'll reap the benefits because it's a one-on-one sport. So how frustrating can it, from a player standpoint, be? I'm working this hard in the off season. I may not have got the goals I wanted for myself personally in the season.
Dude, that's a tough pill to swallow, and I've been down that thought road quite a few times. Yeah. And man, it's one of those things that you sit there and you're like, man, I put all of this work in, and I'm not reaping the benefits quite yet.
Yeah.
I know I'm getting better. I feel it. I'm doing X, Y, and Z way better than when I was, but I'm not reaping the benefits quite yet. And honestly, being a faith-driven man, like that's when I start leading into my faith of like, man, like I always know that God's got me. He's got the best plan for me. He already got it mapped out. It might not be right now. It might not be ever, to be honest. But I know that my path is going to lead me down to getting to that best version of myself. So that's a tough pill to swallow. That's a tough thing to work through. But man, I just keep the faith. Keep the faith of like, I know I'm getting better. And boy, when that moment comes, when I get that opportunity of like we were talking about, it's like, you're the guy.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Because I already know we're only human because, like, we're around so many of our friends that play ball, and, we see them throughout the course of an offseason putting in work after work, and whether they're dealing with an injury or whether they don't get the production that they wanted, like, we're only human.
Or they get cut for numbers reasons. There's all types of things that go into this that I feel like people don't really realize. So to hear you talk about that, and like, it brings like a realization to it. Like, at the end of the day, you guys are human. You know what I'm saying?
And it's tough because there's some dogs out there that have gotten cut.
Yeah.
There's some dogs out there. It's like, man, like, dude, like we'll have, like, from previous experience, we'll have guys that go crazy in practice.
Yeah.
Like against starters, right?
Snapping.
And it's like, oh, well, he just got released this week because a numbers thing. Like you're saying, it's like, man, let this dude get an opportunity somewhere and he's gonna go crazy. So that's a crazy thing to think about.
And that's why I'm so impressed with like professional athletes' mindset, like the ups and downs and peaks and valleys of like people's careers and your emotions. And you guys have to stay, like we were talking about before, like the average fan, like they don't know what you're feeling inside from that point of view, like working that hard and not getting the production that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? Or getting cut, having to move from getting traded. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand those feelings.
It's and that's a whole nother conversation. But getting traded, man, that is a crazy situation to be a part of. And like some guys I can see how some guys will have like, man, I hate that. I can't stand that team now. I don't have that feeling in my heart towards the Broncos. Like I understand, like they've been searching for a quarterback for a long time. For their guy that they wanted.
Right.
So I get it, right? But that's a tough, like, I had some other personal life things going on before that. And that was a tough thing for me to like, I got to go to Seattle, somewhere I've never been before, like that's known for the rain, that's known for the gloom. How am I supposed to do this when I didn't want to go at the time, to be like being completely honest, you don't want to, I just bought a house. You don't want to leave these things.
Oh my God. That's giving me anxiety.
Right. You're comfortable where you're at. And it's just a leap of faith and you got to attack it full force. And, but yeah, that's a tough situation to be traded like that for sure.
That what your why question was a damn good question, fool.
That
wasn't on the script.
I know.
Okay, using your head a little bit. That Penn State education.
See, I tried telling you, man. Shit. This fucking dude. What was I just about to say? You made me lost my fucking train of thought.
The last question, our staple questions.
Oh shit, my bad. This is another one. This is gonna be a good thinking question, but if you had to describe your life in one word or phrase up until this point, what would you say and why? And why that specific word?
But you can't use adversity because everybody be using adversity, so we X'd it out.
Yeah,
you can't use adversity no more.
Oh, whoa, okay. It can be a phrase,
whatever you want.
Damn, y'all should have let me know that before.
I could have thought about it a little bit. It happens all the time. It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard.
All right.
It could be a phrase. It could be a word. Whatever.
Bible verse.
Whatever it means to you.
Ooh, Okay. I wouldn't even say it's a phrase, but it's like, okay, some things that come to head over the course of my career. It's like, um, I wouldn't say late bloomer, but it's like I was never the kid that was like crazy athletically gifted right off the top, right? I had to kind of grind for it. It's like I was always blessed, right? But I kind of had to grind for it. So it's not, I would say the biggest things are blessed, faithful to like get to where I want to go, keep the faith, and grateful for the position that I'm in. Because at the end of the day, right, I'm playing in the NFL. Some things might not go the way I wanted it to, but you know, a multitude of different things. But I'm in the NFL. I'm making a living. I'm doing what I love. All of these things. So I would say those three things: blessed, faithful, and grateful, are all things that I try to live by. And it's like my Bible verse that I live my life by is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. It's like that's my life right there. No matter the adversity, no matter if I don't like something that's happening in my life, God's got a plan. He's got the best plan for me, and I'm going to walk that path. So,
Damn.
And you think the things you just said, is that why you have such a great perspective?
I definitely think so. I think that digging into shit, that's a long answer, but man, I really started to like lean into that heavy. So like a year and a half before I got traded, my mom passed away. I had to like really like take a step back and was like, why did this happen to me? To someone that was so influential on my life, that was just like a pure-hearted person. Why would this happen to me? And I got angry, and I was like in a dark place at a time. And it's like I truly had to lean into that verse that I always, even from a kid, I always loved that verse. It's like God's got a plan. God's got a plan. I'm gonna attack this full force. This may not be a good thing that happened into my life, but I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna get through this, and I'm gonna push through this. And then I got traded. Same thing. It's like, all right, I'm getting tested right now. He gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. I'm gonna go do this, and that's really what it's been from then, honestly. So,
Man, I'm just looking at you, bro. Man, I'm proud of you.
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
As a man, I'm proud of you, because people go through a lot of stuff, man.
It's amazing.
A lot.
Yeah, and just what you just saying, man, and you still standing. You know
Still
what I'm saying?
standing.
Still doing
Still
your
fighting.
thing. Still
Still
doing
fighting.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still happy
exactly.
with a smile on your face,
Yeah.
bro. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Like
I
we need to say
appreciate
that
that.
to each other. Like, I'm proud of you, bro.
Exactly.
Like, and I'm glad you're doing. I'm glad you're doing great.
Yeah,
No, for real.
I appreciate that.
That's beautiful. But your ass never say you proud of me.
I say I'm proud of you all the time.
Shit is
nigga.
fucking crazy.
I say I'm proud of him.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I got you. I got you.
He's my
No,
boy,
he's
bro.
mean to me, bro.
He
He's
ain't
mean to
never say
me.
he proud of me,
I
goddamn
tell
it.
him I'm proud of him all the time.
No, bro, no.
Yeah.
But
Thank
the
you for
last,
sharing that, by
Yeah.
the way.
No, yeah,
appreciate
it. Yeah,
that, bro.
you good.
The last staple question that we always have is, you know, this show is called The Second Win, right? And
Yep.
it's about going through adversity, battling hard times, all things like that. So for anyone watching that might want to be the next Noah Fant, you know, or that's just going through anything in life, right? What advice would you give them in catching their second win?
Keep the faith.
Yeah.
That's the biggest, man. I mean, I've kept saying that through this whole episode, but keeping the faith.
Yeah.
There's gonna be good times. There's gonna be bad times. You're gonna put in the work. You're gonna get knocked down. Life is a crazy thing sometimes.
Yes, it is.
And
For real.
when life hits you, sometimes it sucks, and it's like, man, I am down and out right now. But keep the faith. That's the biggest thing I'll always preach. Is no matter what, keep the faith. Whatever drives you, right? And I'm not saying that everybody has to be a believer in Christ. I know that everybody has their own path, right? But keep the faith, and that's what drives me, right? My faith and my relationship with Christ is like, it drives me.
Yeah.
It drives me, and keeping that faith and like understanding is like, there's a bigger picture that's gonna get me right.
facts.
I'm gonna get there,
Facts.
and that's what keeps me going. So
Yeah. Hey, bro, we want to tell you
Bro, thank
really
you,
that
man,
episode
for
was
real.
that was a beautiful episode,
Yeah.
bro. We really want to tell you we appreciate you getting on here. You know, got the game coming up. We know you got a lot on your plate,
Yes,
but
sir.
it was important because your story's impactful and it's gonna impact a lot of people. So we want to tell you we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all
No,
for
and I
having me
can't
on.
wait. Like I said, I got the opportunity to play against you in college. I knew before we even did this, I already knew of you, played
Yeah.
against you, and I know your talent, man. And I think, bro, you're that A-level caliber,
Yeah.
best tight end, bro. And I can't
Yeah.
wait for you to flourish, bro, and get all the flowers you deserve. So
I
just
appreciate
nah,
that.
for real, man.
Isn't that crazy though? It's a small world, bro.
Oh,
It's
small
a
world, bro. Small world. I knew about you back in
world.
2017.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, yo,
Yeah.
87,
I
light
saw-
skinned dude,
I
he's
saw
like
the
that.
text. He was like, "Yo, this dude Noah Fant was busting my ass."
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, he was
I
busting
still got
my
the
ass.
tag. Like,
Bro.
look at it right here. He was
This
like,
dude-
"Yo,
this-
I
I
cannot."
don't know about
this
all
dude
that.
is
He's
crazy,
crazy,
bro.
bro.
This
Like,
dude
he's
crazy
busting my
now.
ass. I got the
He
text.
can't check me. That's why he's saying that
Whatever,
shit.
bro.
He
Like,
can't
I got
check
the
me.
text. Like, don't be mad
It was
at me.
it was that
'cause he
rain
was
game.
busting
Yeah,
your ass.
At Penn State. That was the last time,
Yep.
like 2018.
I think that was a whiteout too, if I remember right.
At Penn State, yeah.
Yeah,
at
it
Penn
was.
State, yeah.
At night, yep.
Damn
You
small
can't beat
world,
that.
man.
You
Yeah.
can't beat that, yeah.
Can't beat
Nah,
that.
but proud of you,
yeah.
man. For real, proud of you, man. And big game. But tomorrow, Monday Night
Tomorrow
Football.
night,
So
yep.
I can't have a super blessed, healthy season, man. And we appreciate you taking the time to get on here.
Appreciate
Yes,
you guys,
sir.
man.
Hey,
course.
Second Win family. Anybody watching, like, comment, subscribe. Go tell your auntie. Go tell your pet fish. go
Anyone
tell
you know,
your pet dog.
neighbor,
go tell your cat.
you
Your,
know.
your cat dog. Your
Cat
swordfish.
dog, yeah, cat,
Whoever
scorpion,
you need to
whatever
tell.
the fuck y'all got.
Hey, Second Win family. We out. Love.